Under the previous administration, a review panel was convened to determine whether soldiers awarded the Medal of Honor for their actions at the Battle of Wounded Knee should keep their medals. Now, upon deliberation, that panel concluded that these brave soldiers should, in fact, rightfully keep their medals from actions in 1890. The report was concluded in October of 2024. Yet, despite this clear recommendation, former Secretary Lloyd Austin, for whatever reason, I think we know he was more interested in being politically correct than historically correct, chose not to make a final decision. Such careless inaction has allowed for their distinguished recognition to remain in limbo until now. Under my direction, we're making it clear without hesitation that the soldiers who fought in the Battle of Wounded Knee in 1890 will keep their medals. And we're making it clear that they deserve those medals. This decision is now final, and their place in our nation's history is no longer up for debate. We salute their memory, we honor their service, and we will never forget what they did.
Joining me to comment on this is the chairman of the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe. He called that event that killed 300 of your ancestors the Battle of Wounded Knee, when we call it the massacre at Wounded Knee. And now the Defense Department is called the War Department. What do these words mean to you?
They're not accurate. These words are false misrepresentation of what actually happened at Wounded Knee. In 1890, our people were massacred. We were gunned down. We were unarmed, and our people suffered. If they made it out, they had to run. And there were some that did make it out. However, the vast majority of our people, Sitanka's, Bigfoot's band of Minikoju, Lakota, were massacred on that day by several soldiers from the United States who were armed, who were killing our people. They massacred us. This was not a battle. We were unarmed. So that's totally inaccurate what he is saying. Secretary Hegseth's account of it is totally false.
Lynn Cooney is the CEO of Thunder Valley, a community development organization based on the Pine Ridge Reservation, just a few miles from the Wounded Knee Massacre site.
It's just heart-wrenching, to think of what our people endured. And for now, them to really spin that narrative of it being an actual battle or an actual act of war, and that these people were acting in a heroic way. There was nothing heroic about it, and it was not a war or a battle. It was a massacre, and that's the facts. So it's definitely disrespectful, to say the least, but disheartening, and I think as Lakota people and as organizations, we'll continue to tell the real story.
Sean Bordeaux is the director of the Institute of Tribal Lands at Santegaleshka University. Last year, as a South Dakota state senator, he introduced a resolution to investigate the awarding of the 20 Medals of Honor. It passed and started the reconsideration process.
There was some discussion on Pine Ridge and Cheyenne River as to what to do and how to go forth, and I thought that was really good. So, just seeing that there was that kind of activity coming from the federal government was promising. And unfortunately, this new administration kind of has a different view of things. And just hearing the guy say battle, I almost fell off my chair when everybody else has historically said massacre. So that was something that was kind of stunning. And our secretary, he says a lot of things that normally don't come from somebody in his position. So I'm not really surprised, but at the same time, it is a little painful for our people who've been, violated throughout time, never getting this appropriately resolved in a way where people feel like, we've been heard and our people have been respected.
It's not over at all. We're going to tell the truth. We have our Congress that understands this was a massacre. We actually have a bill coming through the Senate, and it was approved by the House already previously in regarding Wounded Knee. and it was to preserve 40 acres of land where the massacre had taken place. And in that bill, it is a massacre. The title of the bill is, Wounded Knee Massacre Sacred Sites Act. So this has been recognized by the Congress several times, and so he's not educated in this massacre that occurred, and he did not consult with the tribes. He did not consult with our tribe, and that is very disrespectful, and is not the way to work with one sovereign to another.
For ICT, I'm Shirley Sneve.